Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button down below. Also, leave your opinions in the comment section. Don't forget to click on the like button, that we were encouraged to give you more reliable and authentic news. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. In a landmark ruling that has sent ripples across Nigeria's political landscape, the Federal High Court sitting in Port Harcourt has ruled in favor of Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), ordering the immediate removal of a sole administrator appointed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the government house. The court's decision, delivered on Tuesday morning, gives the Tinubu-backed appointee 48 hours to vacate the premises, reaffirming Governor Fubara's constitutional mandate as a duly elected leader of the Rivers State. The ruling follows months of escalating political tensions between Governor Fubara and his estranged political godfather, former governor and current minister of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), Wike. The crisis intensified after the controversial appointment of a sole administrator by President Tinubu, which many legal experts and political observers deemed unconstitutional and a breach of democratic norms. Justice Boma, who presided over the case, ruled that the appointment of a sole administrator to oversee the affairs of a state with a sitting democratically elected governor is illegal, null and void. The court emphasized that the Nigerian Constitution provides no room for such an appointment in a federating unit where a governor has neither been impeached nor incapacitated. In his reaction to the judgment, Governor Fubara hailed the ruling as a victory for democracy and the rule of law. Speaking to a jubilant crowd of supporters outside the courthouse, he said, "The will of the people has once again triumphed over political manipulation and executive overreach. I remain committed to serving the good people of Rivers State without fear or favor." Meanwhile, legal representatives of the federal government are expected to file an appeal in the coming days, signaling that the political standoff may not be over yet. Political analysts are calling the judgment a significant blow to the influence of Wike, who has been accused by critics of using federal might to undermine his successor. This decision not only reaffirms Siminalayi Fubara's legitimacy, but also sets a precedent in curbing excessive interference by the federal government in state matters. As Rivers State awaits the departure of the embattled sole administrator, attention now turns to how this ruling will reshape power dynamics in both the state and national political arenas. In countries such as Nigeria, where court orders are not being obeyed, are not being carried out, I have little faith that the sole administrator is just going to wake up tomorrow, since he has been given 48 hours, and pack all of his bag and baggages and, head back to Abuja. I doubt that, because, at the end of the day, we are in Nigeria. Before he appeals the case, before the federal government appeals the case and all of that, he would be in office, and before you know it, 6 months, 1 year, and we are still here. We are still in the same spot. So I would not advise anyone to rejoice yet, because I do not think that it's over yet. Before we go, my people, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. The first comment comes from Madu, who says, "Do courts have relevance in Nigeria's system of governance? They have sold their soul to the executive. Therefore, executive won't take them seriously, hence denting their image by collecting bribes from the politicians." Exactly what I said. These days, court's judgment means nothing anymore. Court judgment does not mean a thing anymore. These judges, the judicial arm of government, they have so much mingled with the executive to the extent that, you see them in parties together with judges and politicians mingled together. In the case of Wike and that, judge, the same judge who pronounced the Supreme Court judgment on the 27 pro-Wike supporters and the local government election in Rivers State, the same judge was seen out partying with Wike. So the executive can no longer take them seriously because they have sold their birthright. Then it says, "Stop hurting at a party. Say the truth. The truth shall set you free." I don't know what this person means, but moving on. Benjamin says, "Best news of the week. The sole administrator ought to have no business with sitting at our breaks house in the first place. That was greed taken so far, and it's taboo under democracy. No single line of our constitution accommodated that. President Tinubu was just deceived by core enemies in disguise who want to rubbish his records ahead of 2027, but he couldn't understand it. Quite unfortunate. Wow. Like I said, if I were you, I would not jubilate yet because it's not over. Jesse says, let those rogues and mandate thief understand that this is democracy and the rule of law. Joseph Okon says, is there court in Nigeria? If not, Animal Farm series designed to embarrass poor people. Popeye says, any court they go, Fubara will win, just that APC government can overturn or one-side judgment to anyone that will favor them. Very shameful. For the way Nigerian government operates these days, how can someone suspect a sitting elected governor? No war, no riots at the state. How? Let me ask you. Oba Progress is Tinubu and Wike with this gra-gra, overpower or misuse of power syndrome, go and flush out all those Fulani killers and terrorists that is plaguing the entire country from north, south, east, and west. All these kidnappings and killings would have stopped. Leave River State alone. Some people who were alive before you took over, are dead. You all, let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below, like I always say. Subscribe, guys, if you have not. Before we go, let's take a look at a couple more comments. Abdullahi Ahmed says, despite the victory, this administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not have respect for the judicial system. It includes verdicts emanating from them, most especially if it didn't favor them. Yaro says, if you try near government house, pity is your name because you are bound to be killed like fowl from the armed soldiers. Another person by the name Emeka says, so administrator that his wife already started answering first lady. It's like she was already waiting to become first lady. It's like she has waited all her life, for her husband to become the sole administrator of River State. Immediately, like the sharp, she started to answer first lady. Imagine, just for 6 months. Godwin Taiwo says, court judgments can be appealed to Supreme Court. That's a long journey, so it's too early to jubilate. Exactly what I said. It's too early to jubilate to my people. The journey is still far. You all, let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.